Alright, hey guys, welcome back to another thread discussion video, and we're really behind on this thread right over here, and we have a lot of catching up to do, a lot of new dev news, and I can't wait to read it all. So I'm going to do a couple of pages per video. I'll probably upload a video per day, but obviously we've done a lot of these. We've pretty much done the past like 35 pages, skipping some that didn't have any dev replies, but yeah, a lot of videos on this thread, and this thread just keeps on giving. So we're going to go over like page 36, 37, 38 in this video, and then we'll keep going from there, video to video. But what I aim to do is just read what the devs have to say, see kind of what the players have to say also, and then give my opinion, and hopefully it gives you, more information on the game, more information on future changes, and overall just more information. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So first, we have a player, and then we have a dev response. So the player, while waiting for 1.5.7, which is already out, I am making some runs without cavalry speed bonus, and while Khazaits are not OP anymore, they are still one of the strongest kingdoms. I'm noticing that Khazait is probably the only kingdom which has peace times pretty often, while Azerai, Northern Empire, Southern Empire, and Sturgia are pretty much at war with someone 100% of the time. The result of this is Khazaits constantly ganking kingdoms in a 2v1 war, which are rarely involved in unfavorable wars. Okay, so he's pretty much saying that Khazaits obviously are so powerful, and with some hindsight, because 1.5.7 is already out, they're still powerful, but more stuff is being added and more stuff is being changed as we speak. Alright, so Dev responds, today during examining war peace codes, I see that factions evaluate enemy settlements by only their prosperity. Basically, these codes are not mine, and I'm just going over them since 1.5.1. To make war slash peace declarations more logical, which also affects snowballing positively. Okay, so he states that the codes for pretty much if another kingdom decides to make war or peace is based on the prosperity of settlements. And, Khazaits have very, very good prosperity. They have very good policies at the start. Policies have been nerfed, so that did help a little bit. But obviously, the dev is saying that there needs to be other things that are counted in that calculation. I see too many weird things going on over in the codes and fix some. This only carrying prosperity as a value measurement is another problem which causes factions to declare more wars towards empire factions because of their high prosperity towns compared to others. Prosperity is something important, but caring about only prosperity without any addition makes things worse. Like I said, if you just use that as the one sole factor, that's not the best way to handle it. Enemy summons should be. Oh, okay, I lost my. Okay. Enemy summons should be counted as X plus prosperity instead of directly using prosperity. Otherwise, if a faction has 6 towns with 4,000 prosperity, they have a value of 24,000, while Khazaits have 6 towns with 3,000 prosperity, which has a value of 18,000. Okay. So Khazaits attract other factions less, and they are attacked less, similarly to Azerai, Sturgia too. Also, castles are nearly not counted because their maximum prosperity is mostly 1,000. Okay. So what it's saying here is if the prosperity gets a little too high, then that's when war happens because they want to kind of take some power away from you. And he's saying that with just counting prosperity, the Khazaits might have a little bit less but have the same amount of towns, therefore they will be targeted less because they have less prosperity. Okay. And then he states castles also have no impact on this, which they should, because their prosperity only goes up pretty much to 1,000. If a faction has bigger prosperity slash strength ratio, generally they are attacked more. There it is. So if they have more prosperity and more strength, they are attacked more, which I think is a good thing. I feel like you don't want them to rise too high, so you got to kind of bump them down if they get too strong. I'll make this calculation: prosperity times 0.25 plus town over 2,000, and then castle over 1,000 per each fief. I do not know if I can add this fix to 1.5.7 or not because its tests are started. Okay, so we did not get this in 1.5.7. I'm almost 100% sure. So we are going to get this in 1.5.8 or 1. No, it is 1.5.8. That is the next patch that they have stated that before. But it looks like with this calculation, it's going to be more pinpoint. It's actually going to have more factors in it than just, overall adding up all the prosperity, which I think is a good thing. So we'll see how that goes. Alrighty, next one. We have another question, pretty much a response in a way, from the player, and then another dev response. Alright, so the player. At the developer, by the way, in terms of relevance, a kingdom having too much fiefs compared to clan numbers has more weight than kingdom strength. I mean, let's suppose that Khazaits have a pretty favorable clan/fief ratio, something like 9 to 40, but this kingdom is also strong. How does this affect the war declaration chance? I think that clans and fief ratio should be the most relevant thing, and that kingdoms with too much fiefs should get a lot more hate from them. Okay, so what he's saying pretty much is like right over here, the 9 to 40, and what he means by this is there's 9 clans and they're sharing 40 different fiefs, which is a lot, and it pretty much goes to about 4 fiefs per person with what's it called? With a couple having 5, right? So around there, so 4 point something, right? But overall, every single clan has 4 or more, which is a lot. And he states that, that should be looked upon as greedy, and therefore, one clan doesn't have enough power to defend all of their fiefs, and 9 clans defending 40 fiefs. That's really stretching it. So therefore, they should have a bigger chance of war happening and those being taken. So developer responds, total clan tiers except minor times strength per tier plus total strength of clans, including minors, divided by total value of fiefs. This was the only prosperity problem I meant. Okay, this is a huge thing right over here. Huge calculation. But he's saying that's how it's done. It's on the screen right now if you want to go check it out. But me explaining it to words ain't going to help as much as, you actually looking at it. But so he states that strength per tier is a value which slowly changes according to the number of fiefs. Fief count makes it a minimum 0.5x if there are less fiefs due to a recruitment problem. Man x, normal case 90% this is used. That is the basic formula. Of course, I try to simplify 500 lines of code. There are tons of effects, but this is the main. Okay, so he's saying this is kind of what it looks like, but then again, it's a lot of lines of code. It's a lot of stuff that gets put together. This might not be 100% how it's calculated, but it's as close as can be. Main was only total strength. Okay, so this is what I think he added. And then he says main was total strength of clans, including minors, divided by total value of fiefs. Still value as prosperity, which is a problem today I realized. When I see value as variable name, I did not check where it came from. I see it only prosperity. Plus 500 lines of side effects. Interesting. Okay. So there are some changes to the formula that he is currently working on. That's pretty much what he's saying, trying to make it more accurate, trying to make sure the strength and also how much they own is represented in the right way instead of just by prosperity, which he doesn't think is the right way to do it, and I don't think it is either. Alrighty, so dev continues. Before 1.5 point X, so this was also increasing number of war peace declarations because strength is something changing too much during time, but number of clans is not. I made the formula like seen it above to make things more stable and realistic, but because of adding trying to decrease number of wars faced for each faction 1.5.1, war peace declarations are increased. Even this formula changed. Because when a faction declared war to another faction, that faction can try to get rid of their one existing wars. So there become too much war/peace declarations. Okay, so he's saying right here, obviously, he wants to make it more geared towards the number of clans that they have and pretty much parties instead of just their overall strength, which is how much troops you have and how much garrison you have, and then depending on the tier of the troop, you know, it's more of a strength count. Like if a strength count of a kingdom is 20,000, that doesn't mean they have 20,000 troops. A tier 1 troop counts as 1 strength. Then we have a tier 2 troop counts as 2 strength, and it just goes up like that. So 20,000 strength for a kingdom doesn't mean 20,000 troops. It just means there's a mix between tier 1 and tier 6 troops that adds up to 20,000. But he says he doesn't want to hold it to that value because that does change a lot, especially during wars. A lot of troops die. You get a lot more recruits. Therefore, your strength goes down drastically. And obviously, once they level back up, it goes back up. So, he wants to definitely, make it clan oriented. He states there were some problems with some changes in 1.5.1, but as he states, he is still working on it. Good to hear. What is this? So a player, this guy's always helping out. They should give him like a mod status or something like that. He's been doing some good work. Can you slip this one in? All right. Speaking of War Peace declarations, I don't think I've ever posted the results from my 1.5.6 testing publicly. Y'all will notice some changes in 1.5.6. Originally had messed up War and Peace declarations, but the developer was able to fix it and get us back to a decent medium war length. Okay. So yeah, the data shows us that the dev was able to increase the average in 1.5.6 over 1.5.1. Okay, he was also able to decrease wars under a season, less than 21 days, which are something that the devs have said they don't want. They don't want wars to be too long, but also not too short. And too short is under 21 days. And increased the wars of 1 to 2 seasons, which is 21 to 42 days, and kept wars 2 seasons and longer around the same 31%. Okay, so we got a lot of graphs here. Different patches. Okay, War and Peace declarations. Okay. So as you can see right here, it was at a low number. It went back up. Then it slowly started going back down. Okay. What else we got? Total wars. Again, was at a kind of a good space. Went up and then started going back down again. Mean war length, about 86 days, which is about a year. In game. Okay. Just a lot of good info here if you guys want to go check it out. Like always, I'll link all this down below. Then we have War Peace declarations, total wars, medium war length. So on the left, we have War Peace declarations and total wars. Okay, and on the bottom, we have patches. Okay. That's like a 3 graph. And then here we have days. So War Peace declaration, total wars, and medium war length. Okay. So in 1.5.0, the wars were very, very long. But in terms of, I'm pretty sure how much wars and War and Peace there was, that was at a good number. But just the median, the war length was not at a good number. They fixed that in a way. Well, no, they didn't fix it. A lot of stuff got messed up in 1.5.1. Almost everything got messed up. War and Peace declarations, total wars went up a lot drastically, and the median war length went down. Then after a couple patches, still was kind of whiling out. But then 1.5.6, as you can see, it got down to a better number overall. The median war length could be higher, but it's getting there. Then we have the distribution of war lengths. Okay. Oh, man, this man's going all out. Wars greater than a year. Wars between 1 season and 2 seasons. 3 seasons to a year. Okay. Okay. So you can see all the changes at first. In 1.5.0, there was a huge majority of very, very long wars. Then through 1.5.1 to 1.5.6, you saw a lot of just wars that were shorter than a season, which is very little. It's a couple weeks in game, which is barely anything. And then what's it called, 1.5.6, we can see that what's it called, wars are kind of at a good place. You know, you have wars between 1 to 2 seasons is the majority. Then you have 2 to 3 seasons of 15%, and very, very short wars are, you know, what's it called? It's a way better spot than it was. Okay. Dev responds, great stuff. Okay. And then we have another response. So Dev responds, actually, what Blood Griffin, which is the guy who did all these graphs that we just looked at, posted as 1.5.6 data changed before 1.5.6 is released, and war times got shorter again. Some latest additions to solve the other problems affected them badly. Probably his 1.5.6 result will be similar to 1.5.7. That's why I could not post the tables. These were results we get before 1.5.6 was released. We made some work with him, but I could not find time to collect data and give him the latest additions, so 1.5.6 medium war durations are shorter than the table's data. And he states when 1.5.7 is out, we'll make some new measurements. Cool. We got 10 tests done. I don't know what this is exactly by what. Okay, let's move on. And then we have a player talking about a mod that we are missing. It's called Unfriendly Territory, and the dev responds to it. So this mod slows down army movement in enemy territory and speeds up army movement in friendly territory. That's low-key smart. And I've stated this. I feel like there should be some like home advantage in a way. Like there should be, in a way, there should be some home advantage. And I think this kind of makes sense. I feel like if you're in enemy territory, you will move a lot slower than if you are in territory that you're familiar with. You know, I think this makes sense. Let's see what the dev has to say. So the dev responds, how this mod understands an XY position belong to which kingdom's territory. Is this only works X distance radius around a settlement? It seems they care culture of nearby settlements according to their explanation. They should care culture, otherwise retaking settlements should not happen much. It seems this is a good addition to the game with a simple touch. However, if I suggest this, probably will not be accepted because in our game there's no clear info which map position belongs to which kingdom. Maybe 10 to 15 radius can solve it. I'll post this mod solution to design channel of Tale Worlds. I like it, but hard to be accepted. But this addition also makes castles a bit more important, and going deep into enemy territory becomes harder. So it affects gameplay probably very well, or very good. Also, thanks for all the tests, and I'll make a new table showing all. Okay. Oh, he has some more tests up here. Good. Nice. But yeah, that mod sounds actually pretty good. I am going to start doing mod showcases very soon. I kind of been holding off. I kind of want the game to fully release, but I might do some mod showcases to like mods like this that do make sense. You know, I'll do more flashy mods and stuff. You know, like you got the Roman mod and you got the whole, you know, how they convert the whole map and all the units. I'll do those type of mods probably when the game is fully out and less patches are coming out. So, you know, once I make the video and you guys want to play it, you guys have more time to play it and stuff of that nature. But I might do some of these, showing off some of these, because I think these are underrated. You know, adding small features like this, again, it might not seem like huge, but it does add to the game in a very good capacity. So, yeah. As he states, unfortunately, it probably won't be accepted as a feature because, you know, he states that map positions, there's no like clear info around who really owns it. Like different map positions, where that begins and where that ends. Like you can own this town, but how much of the land around it do you own? That's pretty much what he means. And that will have to be implemented before this can be implemented. And while I think that should be implemented, and I think that would be kind of, you know, add a lot more features, and a lot more features can be added because of that implementation, I don't think that's what they're going to go for, personally. So it is what it is, but hey, good mod. You got the thumbs up from the developer. Keep it up. And yeah, that's going to do it for me for this video. Like I said, I'm going to keep going through these pages, probably one a day. Not one page a day, but you know, like a couple pages a day, one video a day. And we're going to make it back to the current postings, because it's still getting posted on almost like every day or every other day. So very excited to see what else we're going to find. And yeah, hopefully it was informative. Ask me any questions, any concerns, and like always, stay safe.